Hello, lovelies. Welcome back again to this account. And on this day, I'm going to be talking about three different things that led me to where I am right now, which is sharing my story for the glory of God, to encourage others, and to give hope to those who are already losing hope. Okay, because I feel like the situations I've encountered in life will lead many people towards hopelessness if they don't like have that somebody to push them, somebody to tell them, look at this, you are not alone. I went through this, I survived it, and God can also survive you through your difficulty. So I wanted to do this as a singular video, like explaining why I decided to start coming out to share my story. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, no, it is better to do it individual videos. All right, so today I'm going to be sharing those videos, which is me going through poverty, me encountering divorce, and also just struggling with the loss of a pregnancy last year through miscarriage. The story is already on my like on this channel, on this page. So if you go down, you will see all those stories. I've already shared everything about miscarriage. I mean, the healing process is still ongoing, so I share it as it is. I'm progressing, or if people ask questions, I think it will help me better to answer. Okay, to our focus today, for this first video, I'm going to be sharing how going through poverty still perpetuated my purpose, led me through a place of like trying to understand things, and was able to add up to my reasons, like the reasons I'm giving towards opening up and just sharing my story on different platforms. Okay, sharing my story on platforms is a whole new thing. Initially I discovered that maybe God was letting me go through encounters, the things that I encountered in life, because he wanted me to be a hope to others who are encountering the same thing. When I talked last time about empathy, growing empathy, a lot of people sympathize, but when you go through difficulties and you see somebody going through that same difficulty, and you are a good person, what comes to mind is like, how could they be feeling this? Like, I know how it felt like to be in their situation. How can I be of help? This is bad. Like, you can reason with them, you can feel with them. You don't just stand like somebody on the side and be like, oh, I'm so sorry you're going through this and all of that. You want to be in that situation with them, you want to help them. That is where I got myself, like the situations that have happened in my life, that is where it has gotten me to a place of empathy. It is empathy that has made me to come out here. Originally, I'm that kind of person that would not want to be out, in the public sharing stories like this. Because, amidst these stories are my weaknesses, amidst these stories are my failures, amidst these stories are my wrong choices and all of that. But the grace of God has kept me alive. The grace of God has given me so many chances, which is why I say when I share my story, it's for his glory first, and then next is to encourage others. Okay, so back to my focus. This first part of the video is going to be about sharing how I grew up through poverty, and how that has equipped me to be where I am today, or to be doing what I'm doing for you watching me today. I know a lot of people grow through poverty, and they grow, and there is this bitterness that you have where it's like, okay, why were my parents poor, and people treat you badly, and you're like, why did these people have to treat me badly? And there's a lot to be bitter about. I have a lot. I went through so many traumatic situations because people knew that I came from a poor background and they treated me in that way. Okay, I'm not saying that I was born poor. Like, I was born when my parents had my father had a lot of money, but mismanagement, poor choices and decisions, and salary cuts at some point led my father really, really down. Like, people borrowed and never gave him back. Some people stole from him, like people, business partners. He would buy a whole lot. He wanted to do business. It's bad. Like, it's just a story for another day, but it was horrible. So we left from grace to grass. Yes. So the opposite. Okay. After all of that, I was quite young. Maybe like 6 7 years. Yeah. So I didn't even know. If you ask me, I will not be able to really give you clear definition of riches. So for the most part of my like later years, I grew up through poverty, real abject poverty. Yeah, poverty that we will go to the garbage, like to the trash, and pick up stuff from there to eat. Go to like slaughterhouses and pick stuff from the floor. Like it was bad, pick meat and stuff. It's just a whole crazy situation. Make sure to get my book, guys. If you get my book, you get a lot of stories that surround what I'm talking about in detail. I mean, it's hard to just say a lot. I mean, all of it. There's much more chronology in the books than it is when I'm talking like this on the camera. Okay, so get my book and that will help you. So after so many years, I mean, things have changed. We are not where we used to be. I have even a picture. At some point, I'll share a picture of our house before and right now, how it looks like. Like we were considered the poorest um people in the community. Yes, we were really like, after total examination, it was not like just few people saying so. It was like people sitting in a community setting where like so many people gathered together and said they evaluated, they did an evaluation and said we were the poorest, and it was true. Yeah, so it was so bad. But all what happened during that time, the torments and everything, it did not keep me in a place of depression. Yes, growing up it was difficult, but after realizing myself and knowing Christ and trying to ask God, but how do I use this? Like what you say, all things work together for good. What is this going to work together for good for me? And God pointed out to me clearly when I created Bayana. Bayana means be encouraged, you are not alone. It gave me so many answers, and one of the answers was that growing through poverty helped me to be in a place where I would be able to feel for those who are going through poverty right now. Okay, when I started my like I actually have an NGO. I'm going to share at some point. I'm going to share the link to the website where I reach out to people and help people. Like it's been a lot, like for since 2021 2022 we started that. We've been working up to now. This year alone we've been able to reach out to 1 2 3 widows, and we have an orphan that we are looking to help again, and we have another widow we are going to help by the grace of God before the end of this year. And that is something that we've been doing consecutively for all the years, meeting people who are going through difficulties and helping them. Because at that time, when I meet somebody that is undergoing pain, like hardship, it feels like it brings all my memories to me. It's like, how can I sleep, eating and doing all the things I'm doing when somebody is going through what I went through? I know how it felt when I went through poverty. So I don't like, I mean, I can't help everybody, I know for sure, but the people God bring on my path, and if it is a time, the timing and everything meets to when I have something, I don't want to leave somebody go hungry, because I know how it felt like for me, thinking about the day where I went to the garbage, like the trash, and picked up margarine that was fermented, like was molded or moldy, and took off the mold and ate it. Like pick up a cow horn and try to scrape meat from it. Some people might not understand, but it was so bad. So for me, when somebody talks about complains to me that they are going through poverty or they are going through hardship, my God, the flashback that I have is just like, oh my God, I feel like, I try to constrain myself where it's not like I'm not, people don't use me. So we have 21 people working with us in the organization. That is what I shared with, that do research and make sure that we are helping the people who truly need help. So that is just how I was able to get myself constrained. If not, I just want to help everybody that is going through poverty or hardship. You see me, if I don't have money, I know how to cook. Like I love cooking. If I have food to cook, I want to cook and share it with everybody, because I know how it felt like going through a situation where I didn't have food to eat. I just want to help. I just want to do the best I can to support somebody. And I feel like that is what brought me, growing up through poverty gave me the highlight to the purpose that I have. And sometimes even just coming and talking to people and telling them, you are not alone in this poverty situation. If God could take me out of poverty and bring me to a place where I can sit and talk to you and encourage you, and get to a place where I can sit in my own home, be out of the country, get a job, do all the things that I'm doing, God can do it for you. It is not over. Don't give up. Please, no matter the hardship you encounter, don't give up. I love you guys so much. See you in part 2. Bye for now.